So just a little bit about GE Mining. How are we structured? We've actually got three divisions. We have what we call our OHV, Off-Highway Vehicle Division. It provides the large electric drive motors, the inverters, and the alternators that we use to run the big haul trucks for Komatsu. That has a very good market position. It has a great customer in Komatsu, and you'll see those vehicles running all over the mine sites, all over the world. Laurie Keeclack runs that, and some of you may have already met Laurie when we did the due diligence for Industria. Great business, been with us since 1957 when we did the first wheel drive, and as I say, great market reach. And a lot of what we're doing in OHV, the electric drives and the battery systems, we can apply to the industrial equipment. So that's the OHV business. We have what we call our OEM business, our original equipment manufacture business. That's for the underground space, and already we've concluded the Fairchild integration, so that's the first business that we acquired in the portfolio. Once again, some of you would already have met with the Fairchild people, and now, as we say, we're concluding the Industria transaction, and you too will sit in the OEM portfolio. It's a very important group of products that we brought together there between what Fairchild have and what you have, and that space is our major growth market for GE Mining going forward. Third piece of the business is our direct-to-mine business. GE has actually been providing equipment into the mining space for about 50 years. And indeed, 20 years ago, we were the dominant supplier of electrical drives into that space. In this case, we've lost a bit of market share in the last 10 years, and we're aiming to rebuild our significance in that space by helping other GE businesses outside of GE Transport bring their products into the mining space. So what are the things we're talking about? If you look at the big mill drives that drive the grinding mills on the process plant sites, we provide those. Power systems, water systems, so there's actually a significant range of products through the DTM space, the direct-to-mine space, that we bring into mining. Overall, GE Mining, about $2 billion worth of revenue a year, and our aim is to more than double that over the next 4 to 5 years going forward. You might say, gee whiz, mining markets being where they are, can we do that? Absolutely, we can do that. Our market reach in DTM is small, so we can grow market reach even in a relatively flat market. Our product range and offer in the OEM space, I think, has great opportunity for further reach into the marketplaces. And as we add GE product technologies and GE reach, I think definitely we can grow that space. And in the off-highway vehicle space, once again, we've opened up new markets in CIS, in Russia, in China, in Mongolia, where we can provide further propulsion systems into the OEM space. So I suppose there's many questions that you've got in your mind, and this one might actually seem a little bit egocentric, but I suppose one of the questions might be, so who on earth's Geoff Knox? What's he do? What's he stand for? Born in WA, grew up actually as a child in the first mining boom when the first iron ore mines were opened up in WA, and my father serviced, surprisingly, equipment vehicles into that space. So it's kind of interesting that here we are 40 years later, and we're focusing on the same space again, taking equipment into the mining space. So grew up in WA, did a civil engineering degree over at the University of Western Australia, and then headed off into what I would call heavy engineering industry, delivering products and projects in the heavy engineering space. So oil and gas, mining and metals, iron and steel, infrastructure, and having done that all over the world, literally all over the world, I've been the consultant. I've actually been a part owner of a large consulting company. I've been the owner's engineer, in this case ran BHP's engineering company for a number of years. I've been the construction contractor, and now, as I say, we're into the product and delivery of equipment side into the space. So that's kind of me, been the CEO of a public company, large public company, as I say, been the consultant, been the engineer. Like to think pretty straightforward, approachable guy. And in this case, as we go through the integration of Industria, as I'm travelling around and you're seeing me, if you've got important stuff you think we need to hear, if you think we're not quite getting it right, or if you think we are getting it right, feel free to tap me on the shoulder and talk to me about it. There is an integration team. Dan Shelley and the team are there to do it every day. But as I say, if you feel obliged that you need to talk to me, you should feel absolutely confident to walk over, tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, Knoxy, here's what's going on. We think you need to think about X. I suppose a good question is, what does GE bring to Industria? If you think about GE, we have a strong manufacturing heritage going back over 100 years. So the concept of how one manufactures complex machinery to world-class standards, we certainly think that we can even add further value to what is already a high standard in industry or in that process. We also have strong heritage in electric drives, electric control systems, and I suppose the general electrification of vehicles that generally have been diesel in the past. If you think about some of the challenges that our customers are facing, particularly in their underground mines, diesel is now seen, or diesel particulates are now seen as potentially carcinogenic. So they have ventilation issues, they have heat issues. The ability we have to provide GE electric drives, GE inverter systems, GE battery systems to make the vehicles more efficient, more reliable, and also safer in terms of emissions underground is all there, and they're the sorts of things that we can bring. I think the other thing that's exciting to become part of the GE team worldwide, we have tremendous training and development opportunities available for all people across the industrial spectrum. You're becoming part of a very large family that focuses on training, development, both technical skills, trade skills, leadership skills, and I think that's an exciting value add as well. So to me, together, I think we can really take the next step in the industrial journey and make a real difference in the industry. Probably another question in your mind, what went on with the IMS business and the sale and then the non-sale? IMS is no longer for sale, and we're very glad about that as GE. We think it's an excellent business. We think we can help grow it, and we think that we can take it global. Will and the guys have done an outstanding job. They have well-connected customers, and we are very, very excited to have IMS in the portfolio. So the for sale sign's been torn up and thrown away. We're going to run it, and we're going to run it hard, and we hope we can help Will and the guys grow it. Once again, primary task, selling product, manufacturing product, delivering it to customers, underneath whilst integrating to add some of the practices that GE has that can help us become even more world-class than industry already is. So look, that's quickly it from me. You're going to see lots of me around the business over the next year or two as we settle in and get Industria moving forward in a continuing growth path. I think you should all be very, very proud of the business you've built. We certainly love it. That's why we've worked hard to be able to acquire the business. It really is an outstanding business that we think together we can do a lot with. So we're excited, and I look forward to seeing you all out and about as we visit the business periodically going forward. Thank you.